like that music.
It is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Los Angeles Chargers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
Pulls it in at the 13.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
With Melvin Gordon moving on to Denver, Austin Eckler is officially the Chargers' #1 option at the running back position. Gordon spent a lot of time holding out last year, and Eckler took full advantage with a breakout season. 92 receptions, 993 yards, and 8 touchdowns. He was in the top 10 in the league in receptions, receiving touchdowns, and all-purpose yards.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at their 49-yard line.
Herbert. He'll get this to Eckler. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, 2nd catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And this one complete to Reed. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a 1st down if not for that penalty moments ago.
And it's 3rd.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Third and long, it's Herbert. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
3rd down and 5.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Able to find Harris, complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 12 yards there, good for a Saints 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield, here's Breeze. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he's got this down to the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
35-yard line.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And a solid run down inside the 30. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
That's the end of the 1st quarter with no score.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he stopped immediately there. Joey Bosa in on the stop.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw with Breeze. Thanks to his running back, it's Alvin Kamara. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Breeze. Going for it all. That's caught. It's Sanders for the Saints touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders, his 1st touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board 1st here tonight. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
9 yards.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Now it's Herbert. And Jennings has it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
First down.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. This is a counter play. Eckler. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
From the 50, here's Herbert. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Alvin Kamara hit the NFL with a bang, had double-digit touchdowns in his first 2 seasons. Now, production fell off a little bit last year. Just 6 times did he find the end zone. But his ability to run it and catch it out of the backfield makes it hard to cover. Look for a bounce-back season in 2020.
Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now Breeze. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. It's now 3rd and goal.
Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Breeze. Escaping the pressure right. Cook's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Jared Cook, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints add on to their lead.
As the calendar keeps turning, I always hope that someone tells me that I get better with age. But Jared Cook is absolutely doing that. 33 years old back in April, had a career-high 9 touchdown catches last year in just 14 games, and that was second only to Mark Andrews of the Ravens. Jared Cook, a Pro Bowler after the 2019 season.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield, get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Found his target, it's Anderson. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger first down.
Los Angeles.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. An anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run here with Eckler. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. On the return, Deontay Harris. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Return. The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Breeze going to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Breeze now. Pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And, Charles, they trail by a couple of scores, but if they could put a good drive together here, it'd go a long way toward getting them back in this football game. And if you're looking at a checklist of things that they need to do in the second half, job number one was getting a stop.
On Herbert, his third interception.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Easy. Hey, easy. Easy, opposite.
Breeze will try again on 2nd down. That'll be complete to Cook. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 18. A gain there of 21 yards.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
With the handoff to
Calling a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. To throw on 2nd and 6. Breeze. Well, that's complete to Sanders. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the shotgun, here's Herbert, rolling to his right. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. First down, Justin Herbert. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Herbert. That's into the hands of Eckler. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 33-yard line. That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play, with the score Saints 21, Chargers nothing.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll get this down to about the 31-yard line. They got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
And it's 3rd down.
Down at about the 21-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
9 yards.
I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
I'm not sure it was actually the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
It's a loss of 2.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. A handoff, it's Eckler. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Eckler, the ball carrier.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now a toss, running left, Eckler. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They snap it to Herbert. And this is incomplete. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Saints will have the football back. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we're going to get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Kamara. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 more there and another first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line.
He was brought down by Chris Harris.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
6.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
They'll take over.
And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Right at midfield.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
It's Eckler again. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
No gain on the play. It's now 4th down.
They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. They'll run for it with Eckler. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down in the backfield. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. The busy night continues for Kamara. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14.
Well, they went back to him, but the results were similar, so I highly doubt that he'll get another opportunity here on 3rd and long.
So this one a victory here for New Orleans, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for the Saints, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gault.
Kick it and go. Kick it and go. With a step on, spin move.